main problems that we're seeing are with the extracted products.
And for the question, how difficult is it for you to then tell if it's just the leaf or if it's an extract or combination? I mean, how hard is that to?
So ultimately, it would be fairly easy for us to detect if they do it badly, right? So if they include any synthetic alkaloids or if they put a bunch of 7-OH in there, we have the ability to find that stuff quite easily at our laboratory. If they made an exact copy of leaf where there was, they added cellulose in there to make it look like plant material, and then they added a little bit of kratom extract or 7-hydroxymetragenine, just a tiny bit of that and a little bit of metragenine. So it basically identically mimicked the chemical profile of kratom leaf. That would be hard, but we also wouldn't be as concerned with that because now it's basically the leaf. So what these components that we're really concerned about are those synthetics and the really high 7-OH, and this already takes care of those issues.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. It appears there are no more questions from the committee. We'll take this to public comment. How many here would like to speak to this bill? Raise your hand. Looks like we have about 5 or 6. We're going to keep this to about, let's say, 2 minutes each.
Decide if I should stay.
Okay. Good afternoon. Are you ready?
One moment.
Oh,
Let me.
sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Whenever. Go up and if you want to speak, go ahead and fill the chairs. If you want to, there's 3 chairs there. Let's make sure they're all full. So right now, 2 more people can come sit down if they like. Go ahead and tell us your name if you represent anybody, and your residence if you'd like. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. My name is Amber Brown. I'm Deputy Commissioner for the Department of Agriculture and Food. I just kind of want to sort of echo kind of what Dr. Forsyth has said. We support this bill. We appreciate the sponsor running it this year. There are a lot of kratom bills out there, and there are some difficult decisions that the legislature will need to make on these issues. But from our perspective, as the agency that's tasked with regulating these products, we feel it's very important if kratom is legal in Utah, that these limitations be set on them so that only pure leaf kratom products are allowed to be sold, because the extracted products, the synthetic products, and the products that are mixed with other substantive are more dangerous, given our experience in regulating this and trying to regulate this over the last several years. So we appreciate the guardrails that this puts in place, and we hope that the committee will support the bill. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead in the middle there. And as people leave, you go ahead and fill in on the empty chairs. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Joel Badger. I'm originally from Mapleton. I'm from.
You want to speak right into the mic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I live in Lehigh. I am the owner of Grow Kratom on 900 South. First thing, I have had nobody come in to talk to me. We're essentially, we view it as like a kratom dispensary of sorts, although we don't make any medical claims whatsoever. The Utah Department of Food and Agriculture has been great to work with on this. Some of the regulations have been difficult for us. We've never sold 7-OHM. We are just trying to be responsible. We don't think it's worth selling. We think it's dangerous. We've heard people's stories. We try and follow those closely. Our customers are the most normal people. I mean, these are like police officers, teachers. We have tons of nurses, nurse practitioners. We have doctors come in, lawyers, like firefighters. This is, I worry that some of these things would affect those people really negatively. The other thing here is, with extracts, some of them have metragenine in lower concentrations than the actual leaf. The leaf has roughly the same potency as like ground coffee, so something like 1-2%. So like a normal, say, a seltzer. It's essentially just like a tincture, a very light tincture. Has about 45 milligrams. That's 2.5 grams of kratom. 2.5 grams of kratom is a teaspoon.
Okay. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
No problem. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Dalton Locke. I represent a company and I'm a founder of Diversified Botanics in Draper, Utah. Last year, we put over $30 million into our company. We have over 85 employees. And so you're going to hear two words that sound alike but mean completely different things. One is a natural extract, the other is synthetic drug. If the committee cannot tell the difference, Utah is going to pay this price. I'm not here to ask you to go easy on this industry. I'm asking you to actually go harder, in the right direction though. I've worked in this industry before anybody even knew what the word kratom was. Before the Kratom Consumer Protection Act, before the Utah became the model, the rest of the nation followed. I know the plant, I know who uses it, and I know what companies do the right things and which ones cut corners. And that's exactly why I'm standing in front of you today. I'm asking you for stronger rules, not weaker ones, stronger ones. Because I will not watch bad actors drag down our industry that's helped millions of Americans, and I will not stand by while the legislation bans a product that works, to go after the product that's already illegal. Let me be absolutely clear about what's at stake here. There's a claim circulating that natural kratom extracts are the same thing as synthetic 7-hydroxine tablets. This claim is inaccurate, it's dangerously wrong, and if the legislation acts on it, you will ban the safe product while doing nothing to stop the dangerous one. Natural extracts are made with water, citric acid, and glycerin. They preserve all 40+ compounds found in kratom the way that nature designed them. When your body processes natural kratom, your liver controls exactly how much 7-OH is released. There's a biological ceiling, a hard limit. The body cannot produce more than it can safely handle. Synthetic 7-OH are laboratory products. They are man-made, they are concentrated, they are isolates that bypass your liver entirely. There is no natural limits on them, no biological breaks, and your blood level spikes 15 to 20 times stronger. This is not the same product. This is a variant, or excuse me, this is not a variant of the same product. It is a completely different substance. And the Utah law already exists to protect this. We agree with this restriction. We support it. So let me give you an analogy so I can make this very clear to your constituents. Banning natural kratom extracts because 7 synthetics would be like banning espresso because caffeine pills sent someone to an emergency room. They are not the same thing. I'm listening over and over as I keep hearing that more and more people are going to the CDC, meaning that they are having a reaction to this. Well, what we've seen, and we know that 7-OH has entirely penetrated our stores and the people selling it. It's very dangerous, and I have been speaking against this for a long time because when they look at 7-OH, which we just heard recently, they can't tell the difference in the alkaloid. So all of a sudden, more and more people are getting sick. What I'm suggesting, though, is regulation. I'm suggesting that we have like actual meter sizes, meaning serving sizes, like you would have with any other product. So that way that the consumers, when they go in, they know exactly what they're purchasing. So I have a couple other things to say to you guys as far as that. I think there's a couple different places where we can really create regulation, and that is metered serving sizes, like I said, Metrogen content that's printed, child-proof bottles with every single extract, and an age restriction of 21 and older, and that we sell this product behind the counter where it belongs. We as a company don't want this falling into the wrong hands. At the same time, though, there's millions of Americans that need this because Utah was the first place to do this originally for the KCPA, and I believe Utah can be the gold standard and do things right.
All right. Thank you. It looks like we have a couple of questions from the committee for you, if that's all right.
Yes.
All right, Representative Sawyer.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Curious about your comments. You said you're in favor of more rules for this.
Correct.
I know you mentioned a few of them there, but what other regulations would you want around kratom to help keep it safe?
Absolutely. So whether it is sold in a gas station, which I believe is a very safe place for it, so that people are not having to go to places like smoke shops where they might feel uncomfortable, or other tobacco stores, I think we should be able to sell it there. Also, I think it should be behind the counter. I think it should be 21 and older, and as I said before, you want to make sure that you have metered serving sizes. It's extremely important. You want to know that the companies that is selling you something, that they're going through the KCPA, that they are GMP, that they're making sure they're doing all of the right testing so that when you as a consumer get that product, it's safe. I've been doing the science on this. We've been doing tons of research and spent millions of dollars in the space because I want to make sure my mom, my grandma, or whoever is using Kratom, that it's safe for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Representative Roberts.
Thanks, Mr. Vice Chair. One narrative I've heard is that these products are marketed to kids. Can you speak to that? Are these products
Yeah.
marketed to kids?
Absolutely, I can speak to that. Let me just pull this study up really quickly because I think it's something that's really valuable. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, they've conducted the largest national drug survey in America, and they're finding that adolescent kratom use is less than half of 1%, meaning less than half a percent. The average kratom user actually in America, though, is 40 years old, just like we heard over here. These are adults, these are police officers, these are veterans, these are people that can't find solutions from other people. If they did, they would have it. They don't want to take cannabis, they don't want to take opiates, they don't want to do these things. And so what we're suggesting in the state of Utah is to take something away that has been helping millions and millions of people for a long, long time. You know, I didn't invent Kratom. Kratom comes from Southeast Asia. It's been used for a long time. And actually, in Thailand, where they banned it originally, in 2016 in December, they actually, on December 25th, they all of a sudden then decided they were going to keep it in commerce. So we're seeing people reversing these things all over the place because Kratom saves lives.
Thank you. Looks like we have another question. Representative Peterson.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I've got a question. First of all, I want to just say this is the first committee hearing that I've ever had where I have serious beard envy. Everybody in the audience, good work. When I go into a gas station, how do I know that what I'm buying is safe kratom versus unsafe kratom? Are both available in our gas stations currently?
So I can tell you that if there's a major distribution company, like we'll say, for instance, I know that we've seen this in Mavericks and other gas stations, right? Those people that are selling that product, they only selling products that are FDA certified, meaning that they've gone through all the testing that would be in a GMP facility. They should be doing their own studies. UDAF would be looking at those products, which is why we actually got behind and we said, listen, this needs to be taxed more. And those people that are actually putting products in there that are dangerous, they should get fined, not $5,000. That's a slap on the wrist. Like, that's no big deal. So what I'm saying to you is that the store owner at that level would be the one that would actually be doing to making sure that it's safe to put into their store, right? That's the big thing that we look at because you have to have the testing behind all this stuff. I can't talk for anybody that's doing whatever they're doing because I'm not them. I can tell you we go through rigorous testings. We have a lab in our facility that's a scientific lab. We do all of our own testing. After we do our testing, it's then sent out to an independent facility to test. And UDAF, they come in and they take our samples. They go into stores and they take our samples. So I only can speak for us, but we want to be on the front end of science when it comes to this.
Yeah, thank you. Doesn't appear there are any more questions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your guys' time.
Yeah, thank you. We'll go to the next lady here.
I'm one of those people that he talked about that is the kratom consumer that has had their life change because of this product. I'm actually have been consuming kratom daily for 9 years. I have a really severe facial nerve disease called trigeminal neuralgia that they call the suicide disease. And I'm telling you, I wake up every single day at a level 9 and I just cannot function. And I was able to find that kratom helped me 9 years ago, and it's truly been life-changing. I consume only natural leaf kratom, and that is what absolutely should be on the shelf, and it should be regulated. I agree 100% with what he said. Make sure that you have, sufficient fines in place for the bad players if they crop up. This has been absolutely terrifying, I'll tell you, during this entire session, to realize that my livelihood is on the line here. It's absolutely terrifying to think that the literal medicine that I use to help control my pain could be taken away from me. I am 100% in support of kratom products, including natural kratom extracts. They are made with food-grade solvents that the FDA approves. There's a lot of people that have pain like I do. I only take the plain powder, but I do know several people, especially with people with digestion problems that have like Crohn's disease or diverticulitis that cannot handle the plant matter. So they're able to take the actual extracts, which are plant powder. It is not 7-OH. That's not what we're talking about. I am 100% against any 7-OH products being sold. One thing I have to say, though, is that I do believe that the 7-OH laws need to be enforced here and needs to be improved. I know for me, as a test case, I had decided I was going to see if I could actually order 7-OH products online. And just, you know, it's you can't legally buy them here in Utah. It's right, says in the KCPA. And I have not, I'll be honest, I have not seen them on the shelves. I do know that I'm sure people sell them under the counter, behind the, you know, black market. But I was able to order them, and I got them in 2 days. So again, it's one of those things, I just really truly believe that there's a way to do this. In closing, there are a couple things, again, that I really like about the bill. I appreciate the 21 and up, and I love the fact that we absolutely need to get 7-OH off the market.
Okay, thank you. Could you, I don't know if I missed it, did you state your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it's Laura Romney, and I live in Davis County.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell me that condition you mentioned once?
Yeah, it's trigeminal neuralgia.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it on the top half of my face.
you.
It's like constant 24/7 burning
Okay, got it. Thank you. I
nerve
appreciate
pain.
it.
Yeah, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Doesn't look like there are any. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Plum. Will you introduce yourself?
What was that last one?
Will you introduce yourself?
Yes. My name's Walter Plum. I'm the president of Drug Safe Utah. We support a total ban on this product. But as a contingency, I would say, in addressing this bill, I might point out that there's probably about 40 alkaloids in the leaf that comes from Southeast Asia. If you looked at that, and this is just the natural kratom leaf, on metragenine, it would be approximately 1.5%, and 7-OH would be less than 1/10 of 1%. My suggestion on this bill, it has a 2% limit, which should be 0.4 of 1%, as in Senate Bill 48. 2% is unnatural, and it's not in the nature of the plant. There is no safe limit for kratom. It's at low doses, it's a stimulant. At higher doses or regular use, addictive use, it becomes an opioid. And so my suggestion is lower 2% to 0.4%. And the other thing, this product, if you go into a gas station, it's sold along with 5-Hour Energy on the same, right next to it, on a large gas station retailer. There should be warning levels that warn against addiction, cardiovascular problems, liver problems, and addiction that go and associated with this drug. This bill needs a warning label in it too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Senator Vickers.
I know this is a little odd.
Go ahead.
Senator Evan Vickers. I guess I'm here representing the fact that I'm up to my eyeballs in kratom this session and have been all through the interim. Just wanted to comment on a couple of things that I've been over here. I'm here to present another bill, but I'd like to, I think Representative Daley Provo has done a really good job of presenting the bill to you. Kind of understanding, we're moving this through, can we kind of move this through the session? At some point in time, we have to determine whether we're going to support a full ban, which would really move a lot of the need for a lot of these bills off the table. or if we are, and I'm hearing that there's more support for allowing, a natural kratom type product. We actually started talking about this type of regulation a year ago, before we started talking about a ban. So as you move forward, if we're going to allow a certain, a raw kratom product in some form sold somewhere, yet to be determined, you do need tight regulation around it. And so I think that's what the representative is trying to do with this bill. So they are companion at this point until we kind of really decide, what policy we're going to move through with. The part is, and Mr. Plum brought up the fact of the 2%. So the bill that I'm running is actually dealing with 7-OH, and making it a Schedule 1. In that, we did leave a door open for trace amounts of the alkaloid in kratom, but we've defined it as 2% of the kratom alkaloid. So that's what brings that down to, I think, the 4.4% that he's talking about. So and I haven't looked at it in this bill, so that may be something you want to look at. But I'm just trying to give some clarity to you, kind of help you understand. Voting for or against this bill doesn't mean that kratom is going to be sold or not going to be sold. But if we are going to sell the product, allow it to be sold in any form, anywhere, and that's, like I say, yet to be determined where. And by the way, I think there was a statement by one of the testifiers that said, allowing the owner of the business to determine what's safe. That's not right. We need to determine up front with regulation like this what's should be or should not be sold. So I don't know if that helps you or not, just confuses you more. But
I appreciate your comment. If you could stick around, it looks like we have a couple of questions. I don't know. I know you with your pharmacy background. I think I'm the only chemical engineer in the legislature. I'd like to see some research that shows what kind of thresholds are addictive. I'd like to see research around it. And I don't know. I think what you guys are doing is starting to develop a framework. It's very new. There's really not enough out there. But I'd like to. This probably isn't going to even be solved this session, but it'll probably over the years we should be thinking about what kind of research is out there. I read a lot over the weekend. I didn't know what to trust and what not to trust, what was funded by the kratom industry, what was not. And so I'd really like, from a science perspective, just to know what is real and what's not. So maybe that's something we can task some of our universities to do or something, start to get behind.
with your permission, if I
Yeah,
could
go
maybe
ahead.
give you a little bit of help on that. 7-hydroxy in very small amounts is very dangerous. It's 20 times more potent than morphine. So that, that's just a step front. And Mr. Plum talked about that, the fact that how dangerous it is. So that, in very small amounts, very small trace amounts in your raw kratom, you really have to have a big truckload of, stuff to get to that point. But it doesn't take a lot. Just remember that 7-hydroxy is a very deadly product. It's very dangerous. And at the very least, we need to get that off the table for our consumers.
Got it. Senator, it looks like we have a few questions for you. We'll start over here with Representative Dunnigan.
Thank you. So I know that we're not debating your bill too much, but how does your bill address the synthetic?
So my bill basically makes 7-hydroxy a Schedule I narcotic, which means it has deemed to have no medicinal value, which means that it's illegal to sell in the state of Utah. It does allow for the trace amounts left in kratom. So the bill is patterned after a bill that was run in Florida, it was passed in Florida. Although I felt like that their definition of trace amounts was allowing too much 7-hydroxy in it. So we tightened it down to a very small, minute amount that could be, actually in a raw kratom plant. But it would actually move 7-hydroxy to the point where it is illegal to sell in the state, except for that one small exception. If the ban bill, which is the Senate Bill 45, was to pass in its current version, it would ban all alkaloids related to the kratom plant, which means all alkaloids, including 7-OH, which then they would all be taken off the table.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Representative Roberts. Never mind then. Representative Ivory.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. So, Senator, It seems in looking at some of the things on this, a couple of the major concerns are dosing and cross-contamination. Would it make sense to have this be like an over-the-counter product at a pharmacy? I mean, whatever we're doing with dosing, if we're not going to ban it, it seems like having it be at 7-Eleven next to the 5-Hour Energy is probably not the best way to treat trigeminal neuralgia, perhaps, but having it, you know, where we can see how it's being dosed and verify, you know, other things that are on board with that, because as I'm reading, that seems to be at least the two biggest concerns that I see. Is that, how would you go about dealing with those, and are those two of the major concerns?
Well, if you're talking about trying to deal with dosing on this, it's a nutritional product. It's labeled as a nutritional product. It's not it's not labeled as a pharmaceutical. And so the only way that you could talk about dosing and everything else is set up a whole regulatory process like we do with medical cannabis. I don't think you want to go there. And now, if you mentioned an option of being sold somewhere besides, either in a gas station, a convenience store, or a vape shop. You could choose somewhere. You could choose a retail pharmacy and then just require them to put it behind the counter. I will tell you, I don't want to sell it. I own 3 pharmacies, and I don't want to sell it, but maybe there are pharmacies out there that would want to, but.
I mean, I've got to show a driver's license to get Sudafed, you know? I mean, it's like, this seems to be,
You do.
you know, as problematic as, you know.
Yeah. So those are
Sudafed,
options
Mucinex.
that are still kind of on the table. This is still kind of a moving target, but I think we're centering in on where we want to be. And just, like I say, I just wanted to let you know that the structure and actually we've done this similar structure with hemp products, you know, that we're trying to regulate in the state of Utah. And these are things, and we're really out in front of the rest of the country on that kind of stuff. And so we're trying to be very thoughtful and make sure that we're taking care of the public so that one way or the other, the products they're getting can be safe to them. Right now, there are products out there that are causing real harm, and we need to move those off.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Senator. We have about 10 people online.
Oh.
So, Senator, if you could be a little, or Representative, if you could be a little patient.
Thank you.
But I think we've had a pretty good discussion now. Apologize, but we have a lot on our agenda. I'm going to limit the online comment to 1 minute, just so we can, I think a lot has been said already. Go ahead, and we're going to start with Melody Wolf. Just so that everybody online that's commenting knows, you need to have a camera that's turned on, and you need to be able to tell us where you're coming from as well, and state your name. We'll start with Melody Wolf. Go ahead, Melody.
Hi, my name is Melody Wolf, and I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I am here to oppose this current bill, as well as the ban bill, because there's been a lot of discussion about that. I testified at the HHS and the FDA briefing on kratom. They asked me to talk about the benefits of kratom because I'm a 12-year daily consumer. I would really encourage you to follow the FDA and the trajectory on this. One of my major concerns about the current bill is that it will be removing access for adults that responsibly lie on them. People may not be able to legally possess these products, even for years. The policy, the major concern is a second possession offense would be treated as a felony. This is an extreme harsh penalty for those who are otherwise law-abiding citizens, and it could have serious long-term consequences. Please follow the HHS trajectory on keeping kratom legal.
Thank you, Melody. Appreciate your comments. Matt Salmon. Go ahead and turn your camera on and state where you're coming from. Matt, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead and tell us, Introduce
Hi.
yourself, tell us where you're coming from, and if you represent anybody.
Okay, I am the chairman of the American Kratom Association. I was a state senator in Arizona for 4 years and a U.S. congressman from Arizona for 10 years. I sat on the science committee, and I learned very, very clearly that when trying to make public policy, you need to follow the science. There have been over 100 peer-reviewed studies done. In fact, the FDA themselves did a dosing study to test the tolerance of kratom. And they found in their dosing study that kratom was tolerated at all levels, that it doesn't pose a threat. You can't overdose on kratom. In fact, the worst thing that happened was 2 people at excessive levels got nauseous. So what this bill is doing is conflating the 7-OH, which we support a ban on. It's 7-OH is incredibly dangerous, and we do support it being scheduled and off the market. It's, in fact, that's why you've seen in Utah those numbers skyrocket.
Okay.
But to throw the baby out with the bathwater and conflating kratom extracts with a drug that's been synthesized and made 10 times the level of morphine is not good policy. And I would ask the committee to follow the science.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate your comments. All right, Sheldon Bradshaw. Please tell us where you're coming from and if you're representing anyone. Go ahead, Sheldon.
Hi, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Great. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Sheldon Bradshaw. I'm an FDA regulatory attorney for Botanicals for Better Health and Wellness. I'm the former chief counsel of the United States Food and Drug Administration and the former assistant attorney general at the U.S. Department of Justice. We fully support.
Sheldon, where are you coming from?
Alexandria, Virginia.
Thank you.
We fully support the regulation of kratom and a ban on 7-OH. But we oppose HB387's effort to criminalize kratom extracts and combination products. The problem with the extract language, as Dr. Forsyth acknowledged, is it treats full spectrum extracts that have the exact same alkaloid composition as botanical, the actual leaf, with concentrates, isolates, and synthetics, and that's a mistake. Lots of legitimate kratom products in the marketplace are made from extracts that are full spectrum. They mirror the alkaloid content and composition of the leaf and should not be banned. And as Dr. Forsyth said, is not an issue that they're concerned with. Well, if the state is not concerned with that, the definition of extract should be modified to make clear that it doesn't apply to extracts that mimic the kratom leaf and show great value. And again, I would echo the previous comment that you should follow the FDA's lead here. The FDA likes kratom, it studies kratom, and has found it safe.
Thank you, Sheldon. We appreciate you. All right, we're going to go on to Brandon McLaren. Brandon, go ahead and turn on your camera. Tell us where you're coming from and if you represent anyone.
You guys can see me. Hi, I'm Brandon McLaren. I'm out of Arizona. I represent DBZ Enterprises. We own and operate K-Chill and Cryptic Kratom in your guys' state. In retail, we sell over $10 million a year. We have a lot of safety studies that has proven that our product is safe. We've submitted our safety studies to the FDA in 2018 and 19 through our co-packer and our manufacturer. We've been selling for a long time, and we've proven through all our studies, through serving sizes, that it's safe. And the FDA now says they've had a public hearing and told everybody that they're not after natural kratom and its extract form, they're after 7-OH. And that's it.
All right, thank you, appreciate it. Misty Brown, you're up. Go ahead and tell us who you represent, if you do represent anyone, and where you're coming from.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Thank you.
My name is Misty Brown, and I am in Colorado. I represent myself as well as thousands of people that follow me on social media. I advocate alongside the American Kratom Association. Kratom saved my life from active addiction, active addict for 11 years straight from 2008 to 2019. I was addicted to FDA-approved pain pills, benzos, and muscle relaxers. In 2019, I walked into a smoke shop and I bought whole leaf kratom. It was behind the counter. It was locked up. I had to show my ID to get it. Colorado has an amazing Kratom Consumer Protection Act here. I agree with like 95% of her bill. I believe that extracts, full spectrum extracts should be allowed to be sold because that could be somebody's lifeline. Somebody who's trapped in a just walk in and go in and start their journey with kratom, having no idea that it's going to be their pathway to recovery. Ban 7-OH. I've never publicly said this, but I'm saying this today because of everything happening in Utah. 7-0 gotta go.
Okay.
Thank you for allowing me time to speak.
Thank you, Misty. Appreciate it. Mitchell DeMarte. I hope I pronounced that right. Mitchell, go ahead when you're ready. Tell us where you're coming from too, please. Do we still have Mitchell? Mitchell, you're with us? All right, let's go to Mark Medrano. All right, we're going to go next to Mark Medrano. Mark, go ahead. Turn your camera on and let us know where you're coming from and who you represent. Thank you. It's Mark. Okay. No, we're going to move on from Mark. Steve? Steve, go ahead and introduce yourself, turn your camera on, and let us know where you're coming from. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Steve. Go ahead and introduce yourself, first and last name, who you represent, where you're coming from. Thank you.
My name's Stephen Hill. I'm from Linden, Utah. I'm a massage therapist and certified in natural product manufacturing. I'm in opposition to the bill. Kratom saved my life. I was in active addiction for 10 years. I went through rehabs, jails, everything. I tried doing Suboxone and none of that worked for me. Kratom, yeah, it saved my life. I also have my stepmom who has cancer. She's been using Kratom. And my dad, I mean, I know so many people. It's not, I think we should be viewing Kratom as a solution instead of a problem, a solution to the opioid epidemic. I believe it's safe. It doesn't activate the de-arrestin respiratory depression like opioids do. And yeah, I think extracts are, I mean, I've worked in health food stores. There's plenty of products that are sold in plant material and in extract form, and it's really just taking out the fibrous components of the plant. I personally can't do the whole leaf powder. Gives me bad stomach ache, so I appreciate having those. But I guess I'm probably out of time.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate your comments. All right, it looks like we had a few more join us online, so we're gonna go for 45 seconds now, just so we can get on with our agenda. But Jessica Gerding, go ahead. Please turn your camera on, Jessica, and let us know where you're coming from.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jessica Girding. I'm out of Tampa, Florida. I'm a US-based dietary supplement manufacturer operating under FDA Good Manufacturing Practices. I've been making Kratom products as a contract manufacturer for over a decade, and we've passed every FDA audit during that time. We've also invested heavily into studying Kratom and Kratom extracts, not 7-OH. I want to be very clear that that's something completely different. And we take safety and compliance very seriously. Some of our customers have products that are made with us that are in the state of Utah. We have valid new dietary ingredient notification for Kratom powder, and we've also submitted our safety data for Kratom extract that includes clear serving sizes and daily intake recommendations. Our extracts are made in the USA, they're clean, they're made under GMP conditions, and our submissions follow FDA regulatory requirements. I don't know if that's on time there.
All right, thank you, Jessica, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
We'll go to Christopher Deeney. Christopher, go ahead and turn your camera on and let us know where you're coming from.
Hello, can you hear and see me?
Yes.
How you doing? My name is Christopher. I am from New Jersey. I just want to reiterate a couple things that a few of the people have already said. I've been using plain leaf kratom and kratom extract since 2015. It has given me a better quality of life. I was hit by a car at 8 years old and actually prescribed opiates for 15 years for pain. Was the protocol back in the 80s and 90s. And I stopped using them just because I wanted a different life. And, you know, I started using a leaf that worked great. Then I had a heart attack. So I've had a lot of health problems. Natural leaf kratom and products have given me a better quality of life. And hundreds of people I know have a better quality of life because of kratom. So that's about it.
Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate your comments. We'll go to Suzanne, or Susan, if you're on the line. Susan, go ahead and introduce yourself, your first and last name, and where you're coming from. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to Shannon Harold. Shannon, same thing. Go ahead and turn your camera on, introduce yourself. Thank you. Let us know where you're coming from. What's that? All right.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
There we go. Go ahead and turn your camera on.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh God, hold on. I'm sorry. Here we go. Okay, you can see me, right?
Got it. Yep, you're here.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the committee.
Shannon,
My name is Shannon.
Where are you coming from?
I live in Massachusetts.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
All right, my name is Shannon, and I'm testifying here today because I have a good friend who lives in Utah. She also depends on natural whole leaf kratom to work and function like I and a lot of us do. It is absolutely terrifying to know people like me and many others will suffer in pain if natural whole leaf kratom is banned. It doesn't just affect Utah, but my state of Massachusetts and the whole country as a whole. The chronic lower back pain I have experienced before I found natural whole leaf kratom, I cannot begin to explain to you what I went through. I am a healthcare worker, and I can't imagine trying to work in total agony, taking care of those who depend on me daily. Actually, our neighbor, Rhode Island, banned kratom in 2017. They did the scientific research, and they reversed the ban on kratom as of April 1st, 2026. Also, the FDA announced in a July 29, 2025 press conference that they are not interested in scheduling kratom. They only want to ban 7-OH, and I support the ban on 7-OH. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Shannon. We have our final person for public comment, Chad Potts. Go ahead, Chad, turn your camera on and let us know where you're coming from.
Okay, can you hear me?
Should be good now. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead, Chad.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I want to just throw out a statement. I do oppose the ban. I became a user of Kratom purely by accident. I was an alcoholic after the pandemic happened, drank a lot. Decided to try Kratom just kind of as an alternative, and it completely eliminated my wanting for alcohol. I'm now alcohol free. I've actually gotten off Kratom as well. They do say it's addictive. I found it to be about as addictive as caffeine, coffee. But it completely changed my life, and yeah, I'm rather boring because I don't drink anymore, you know, but that's a different lifestyle, and it's really been helpful for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Did you tell us where you're coming from?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm Sugar House, Salt Lake City.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that concludes our public comment. We'll take this to the committee for action. Representative Nguyen.
I move that we favorably recommend HB 387 Kratom modifications.
Okay, that motion's in order. The motion is that we recommend favorably House Bill 387, Kratom modifications. Take that to the committee. If anyone would like to speak to that. Representative Ivory.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I'd like to speak briefly. I'm really confused with, we may be putting the cart before the horse in really understanding danger even of pure leaf kratom, but the fact that the sponsor has basically the expiration clause in the bill that if we do have a ban or if it's ever put as illegal, then the bill is of no force. So in the meantime, we would have regulation of sellers with penalties. If it's banned, then it's banned, and this goes away. So I think on that basis, I'll support the bill.
Probably turn my mic back on. All right, thank you. I appreciate your comments there. Yes, go ahead. You are correct. Go ahead, Representative. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. The reason why I would like to see this bill move through committee is this bill does not ban kratom. It is a proactive way to make sure that in the event that our body decides to move and ban kratom, or rather not ban kratom, we are proactively making sure we have regulatory oversight if kratom still exists in the state. I think this is a responsible approach. I think this is needed, given the testimonies that we have heard on both sides, people who have benefited from kratom, people who have not. This is the way that we should be looking at kratom if we decide to keep it. We need this oversight. We need to create the scaffolding to ensure that people are not hurt if we do keep it here in our states. So this is why I would favorably move that we move this bill out of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, would anybody else in the committee like to have any comments or? Okay. We'll take it to the sponsor.
Thank you. We've been at this for a long time, so I will be brief. I couldn't agree more. We've worked really, really hard to thread a careful needle, recognizing that regardless of other decisions about banning or keeping it legal, what we do not have and we absolutely need is a regulatory framework. We need to give our regulating agencies the ability to have the teeth in the law to regulate a product that, yes, provides benefit for some people, but it has been catastrophically dangerous, deadly, to over 200 Utahns. I don't want that number to get any bigger, and so I think that regardless of what we decide in the macroeconomic sense or the macro sense, we have a regulatory vacuum right now, and this has been a way that I've tried to craft carefully regulation, because regardless of how the full conversation goes, we can't leave that vacuum in place for another year. Thank you, and I'd really appreciate support of the motion.
Thank you, Representative. We'll take it back to the maker of the motion to some.
I'll waive.
Okay, thank you. So The motion is that we recommend favorably HB 387 Kratom modifications. We will do a roll call vote. There you go.
Representatives Ballard,
Aye.
Dunnigan, Ivory, Matthews, Nguyen,
Aye.
Peterson, Roberts, Sawyer, Chair Malloy,
Yes.
Chair Kyle.
Yes. Okay, that passes 9-1 with Representative Sawyer, no. Thank you, Representative. All right, I'm going to turn the mic over to Chair Malloy here.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. We're going to move on to, we're going to make an audible. Representative Ballard, are you here?
I am.
Senator Vickers is going to